Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on this fabulous Friday. We got so much to talk about, so much crazy stuff happening in the world. And you know what? There's positive stuff to look at too. But we're going to talk about some of the crazy stuff on Let's Talk About It. Or where they went, they caught 78 known terrorists within the beginning of this year alone. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with me. If you haven't already, please, I'm asking you nicely, please hit the share button. Hit the share button on this. If you're watching on Rumble, there's a share button there as well. And YouTube, share this video and also hit the thumbs up. And on Facebook, hit the love button. Hit the love button and most definitely share this video. Okay, let's talk about the wokism. You know, I mean, can you really talk about wokism on these big tech platforms? Can you really talk about wokism? Because I remember when Elon Musk took over Twitter, inside of Twitter, they had this closet. And they had all of these T-shirts in this closet saying, stay woke, like, you know, stay woke. And the reason why they want to stay woke is because they want to go against everything that is of God. That's the only reason why they want to stay woke. And that's what wokeism is. The acceptance of everything that is evil. Write that down. That's the actual definition. The acceptance of everything that is evil. Wokeism. Let's go to this first video that I'm just going to get right into it tonight. And I will be taking your phone calls. My producer, she's going to put the phone number in the chat for you if you're interested in giving me a call. So, look, we have so much crime that's happening, and the crime that we're seeing is escalating under their Biden regime. It's happening all across the country. They're ignoring it, right? They want to say that, oh my goodness, it's just crime happening in red states because red states have, you know, gun laws where people can protect themselves. But they don't talk about the crime in LA. This is not happening in a lot of red cities and red states, but it's happening in blue cities and blue states, and they do nothing to prevent it. Listen to this.
I live in LA. I can tell you, you're not wrong. You just mentioned how you think it's a war zone. If we can pull up this video, we just got this from our Fox affiliate in Los Angeles. A business owner out there who makes her living helping cancer patients get their hair back had her business broken into or robbed a dozen times. And as a result, she's had to close her doors. This is just one of those burglaries you're looking at right now. We obviously have a very progressive DA out there, and George Gascon, Soros-backed, who's very soft on crime. Kevin, this is the sort of thing that's just happening in cities all over the country. And why would this business owner ever want to come back?
Well, they won't.
Yeah, they're not going to. I mean, why would you? This lady was actually helping cancer patients, and are constantly getting robbed. The city doesn't care. Because they're perfectly fine with the, you know, establishments getting robbed. And I think it's all by design. Y'all remember there was a time before when they were talking about cities becoming so bad, people are just moving out of them. And then China was going in. And buying up the property. China is buying it up. And it's deliberate. All of this crime that you're seeing is deliberate because none of those that are in charge, they're not preventing it. They're not trying to stop it. It's like, you know, I was asking the question before, why are they not trying to prevent the crime from happening in these cities? Because they want China to come buy it up. And what end up happening is because all the crime, everything goes down. Now let's go to this next clip here, because that last one was in LA. This one here is in San Francisco. Look at this. This is in San Francisco. Right here on the street. And you can see it right there. There's a couple of guys that's fighting with one another. There's no more everyday crime. No more everyday crime that's taking place. It's just no more everyday crime. Like nothing out of the ordinary. Like this is perfectly fine for the right? It's like, oh, nothing to see here, nothing to see here. It's just crime. Crime is okay. Crime is okay. This is exactly what the left has been pushing for. These are our brothers and sisters in America. These are our family members. Distant, of course. But this is happening in America. It's like becoming a third world nation overnight. And why is this happening? Why is it happening? Because they want it to happen. And I've told y'all before, this is all deliberate. And this is because this is what they want to happen. Okay, I want to change the story up because I have so much I want to talk to you about tonight. And again, I will be taking your phone calls. My producer will put the number in the chat on YouTube and Facebook and Rumble. She'll put the number in there. Okay, so just make sure you go ahead and jot the number down for when I open up the phone line. The phone line is open, but once I start taking phone calls, you can make sure you can call in then. Do you know who Hakeem Jeffries is? Do you know who that is? Hakeem Jeffries. He is the minority leader in the House, and he's completely 100%, without a shadow of doubt, racist. He is straight up racist. Do we have that article, Shannon, where they were talking about him? Do you have that article at all?
Ooh, I can look it up. I'm sorry.
Okay, you don't have that article?
I didn't have it. I can, though.
And what are you doing? You in the chat room? You in the chat chatting with people? I wish I could do that.
Not chatting.
Okay, so this when he was in. Was this when he was in college?
Yeah.
He did a.
It was a newspaper.
A newspaper. Oh, it was in a newspaper.
Yeah, he was on a newspaper.
So it was a newspaper newspaper article that he wrote, and he's now this is the same guy that I just learned here recently. Hakeem Jeffries is related to Farrakhan.
That's
he
right.
is related to Farrakhan. And we know how Farrakhan thinks about Jewish people. We know how Farrakhan thinks about white people.
I have the article.
Right? We know how they think about him. So go. What's this?
So this is Hakeem Jeffries compared
Go ahead.
Clarence Thomas and other black conservatives to House Negroes in a college paper. As it says, Jeffries also defended his uncle and Nation of Islam leader.
So wait a minute. So
Louis Farrakhan.
Jeffries is talking about me.
He is.
He's talking about me.
But it's funny because
it's interesting because he's the one that's in the House.
Exactly.
I don't understand that. He's the one in the House. He's the one on Capitol Hill, not me.
In fact,
go back to that first picture there. I think it might be a video, but go to that first. No, keep going. Right there. This is him on the floor. Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. For those of you that don't know,
he's the leader of the Democrat Party.
In the House. He's the minority leader in the House. Right. And total race. I told people when this dude first came in there, I said, he's actually worse than Nancy Pelosi. If you can ever imagine such a thing, he's actually worse than Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. But listen to what he says. Well, kind of, he said, perhaps this is a problem with the black conservative politician of today. Their political agenda is not designed to contribute to the upliftment of their people. These right-wing opportunists espouse the political ideology of the power structure, and in return, they are elevated to positions historically reserved for whites. You could almost say the same thing about Hakeem Jeffries, right? He hated these black people in power and government because he said that they were basically not activists for the black people. They actually are for all people. These are American men, if you want to use the example of Clarence Thomas, who just want to go by the Constitution of America and do not look at race. He looks at the content of people's character.
Yes. But Jeffries, and I told everybody, I said, this dude is a lot worse. Hey,
but you know what, Will? We're seeing a lot of these guys, these black activists in position, and now their colors are coming out.
Yep.
Kamala Harris, you could almost say, is one.
Yep.
That's right. The two
thugs in Tennessee.
That were expelled and temporarily put back in. Both of them have worked with BLM.
Yep.
They say extremely racist things about white people.
One of them have been arrested. Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. The one that's all calm, Jones.
Yes.
The other one's name is Pearson, who's actually quoted Farrakhan and has had some very anti-white retail.
And that dude he's despicable.
Oh man,
he is despicable.
They are in power, but really they are racist against white people. They do not like white people in power.
Let me ask you this: why do you think?
And it's not even power.
Why do you think
They're
it's
equal.
okay for these black thugs to say racist remarks about white people, but if somebody white says anything remotely close, and not even being racist, but where they take it and twist it and say it is racist, you see a mushroom cloud? But these black thugs, they say something deliberately about black people, and nothing is done. Nothing is said about it. But let me say this real quick, if I can, before we go on. Actually, no, you know what? Let's play this next clip real quick, and then I want to say something. Look at this one. This was on Fox News, where they're talking about Joffrey's.
His words were really offensive.
Yeah.
And I think as black Americans look at this, those who will find out about it, because if you look at some of the liberal media and mainstream media, they're not even really covering it at all. So they may not see it. But if you do, this is division. This is the definition of division.
Yeah.
So he maybe will address it. We'll see.
Yeah, it's 100% the definition of division. And that's what they do. That's what they're all about. They always say that they want to be inclusive, but they're all about division. Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? They're all about division. They say that they're about inclusion, but they're all about division. They're all about division. Let me say this. This is what I want to say just a second ago. I put videos sometimes on Instagram, and when I put videos on Instagram, not so much on Facebook any longer, because they've been really blocking me on Facebook. Y'all can look right now. There's over 425,000 people on my Facebook page, and they won't allow 1% to get a notification. They won't even allow 2% to pretty much see the videos. I mean, they're blocking it like no tomorrow, as if I'm a bad guy, like I'm committing a crime or something. The only reason why I can think they're doing, there's a couple of reasons why they're doing this to me, but one of the main reasons why I think they're doing this is it has a lot to do with color. On Instagram, when I post the videos, I get a lot of black people and a lot of white liberals and a lot of just liberals in general, no matter what their background is, to send me these messages calling me all of these names, calling me all of these hateful, despicable names, right? I mean, just right out despicable. But I'm very thankful for all of the people that in the past, the black people that have called me, black people that I've seen on the street, that said, Will, I have watched your videos. And the first time I watched your videos, I did not like what you were saying. But then I started listening just a little bit more. And then it dawned on me that what you were saying was right. What you were saying was right. And once they started seeing it, he said, once I started seeing what you were saying, because I didn't think about it looking at that way. And once you start seeing stuff, put it this way, once you start seeing the truth, you can't unsee it. Now, there's some people that will completely ignore the truth, even though they know what the truth is. They just ignore it because they don't want the truth to be the truth. But there's been countless black people that have thanked me for doing what I'm doing and saying what I'm saying. Countless. And there's black people that don't like the fact that I am actually waking people up. Now, I don't personally take any of the credit. I give all the credit to God. I just believe that God is using me to help and reach his people. I give God all the credit. Throughout all the years that I've been doing this, I've never taken any of the credit. All the credit goes to Almighty God. I'm thankful that I played a part in actually waking people up. And it's not even just black people, but it's also been white people, Hispanic people, Asian people, peoples all across, all walks of life have said thank you to me because of what I'm doing. And that's part of the reason why you have Facebook doing what they're doing and YouTube doing what they're doing, because they don't want someone like Will Johnson telling people the truth, someone like Will Johnson exposing what they are doing, the left, they don't like it. And what's really interesting to me is that if you don't like me exposing what you're doing, then stop doing the craziness. Right? But that's not what it is that they want to be able to do the craziness and we're just supposed to go along with it. Did y'all hear about the Communist News Network? There was an article that came out earlier this morning. I saw it where the Communist News Network was upset. Right? They're upset. And at first I'm sitting there thinking, like, what could they possibly be upset about? Right? Right? They're getting what they want. They indict President Trump. Right? Why are they not happy? Right? The country's going down in a, how do you say that? Hell basket or however you say it. The country's going
hell
down.
Hell hand basket.
Yeah, it's going, yeah. The country is crumbling. Why are they not happy? Right? Why are they not happy? I've said this multiple times about those on the left. They do all this corruption, do all these terrible things, and they're still not happy. Well, come to find out, last year, because of Dobbs and the Supreme Court, over 32,000 babies survived last year, and they're upset about it. How could you be upset that life made it? How could you be upset that life has a chance, that a child has a chance in this world? How could you be upset about that? It's only a demonic spirit. That's exactly what it is. That's the only thing it can be. A demonic spirit is upset because life is having a chance. 32,000 plus last year. Up until December has been reported. So it's probably even more. That number is going up. So when they come out and say that, gun violence is killing more children than any other thing in the world, that's probably true now because 32,000 babies survived at the hands of the left. That's really good. I'm excited about that. That means there's opportunities for more doctors, right? More scientists. More children will have the opportunity to know the experience of life that God has blessed us with. But CNN and the left, they're upset about it. They're angry. It would not surprise me if they wanted to start, trying to convince people to start rioting. I think we actually have an article about some of this with what took place with how CNN was upset. But let's go to this. Do we have the video? Do we have the article?
Yeah, about the abortions.
Yes, let's bring this up. So, yeah.
It says 6 CNN is sad about 32,000 fewer abortions post Dobbs decision overturned.
They're upset because 32,000 of the most precious, the most innocent of us all survived.
It's unbelievable that they'd be sad about that.
Yeah.
So
no, they're not sad. They're not sad. They're angry.
Oh, angry. I'm sorry.
They're furious that the little baby survived.
How can you say you're angry that babies weren't aborted, and yet you want gun control?
Yeah.
I don't understand. I'm just saying the hypocrisy of what they're saying. Because if they truly want all children to be protected, they would eliminate abortion.
The only reason why they want gun control is so that we'll have more violence take place in the country.
Hey, well, I want to give a shout out to 2 people that just gave you super chats.
Oh, okay.
You have Mandatory Carrie and Joe Brandon.
Thank you so much, Mandatory Carrie and Joe Brandon. If we get any stars, break in on me and let me know. Yeah,
and I'll also be monitoring Cash App, Venmo. Like we said, there's other ways you can donate. You can go to uniteamericafirst.com/donate for other ways to donate.
Absolutely.
And the hotline, I put it in all the chats. So if somebody wants to.
And let me say this too, because I've been saying this on Rumble. When if you do like a Rumble rant, I call it like a slush fund, and it goes to paying my switchboard operator here. I don't know if y'all can see, go to the wall camera again. I don't know if y'all can see, but I've changed up my studio here. I got my wall monitor up there. I got my switchboard operator right there. There's my producer on that side. And when y'all do the Rumble rant, that goes to so I can pay my switchboard operator. And same thing with the stars. The Facebook stars goes to help me keep the lights going, help me keep going. It goes to pay them as well as the super chat. So I put it all in there and I give that to my switchboard operator and to my producer. So you know what? It is a truly blessing. It's a true blessing. I give it to them because they deserve it. Right. And when you bless me, I bless them right there. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Let me show you this other one. This is really kind of disturbing. It really is, because talking about how they're taking the life of the most innocent of us all, right? The left, they're all about that. And it's only a demonic spirit. It's the spirit of the Antichrist. It's the spirit of the Antichrist that's doing this. Well, look at this lady. This was out of Oregon. She's asked a question about a minor making the decision on her own about her reproductive system. Listen to the age of what this woman says, total leftist. Listen to what she says about the age that a child should be able to make the decision about their own reproductive system. It could be your child.
So follow up. So a 10-year-old can make that decision on their own then?
No.
Chair Sanchez, Senator Steiner, yes.
10-year-old? No. 10-year-old?
Did you hear them? They were like, oh, what? Listen, keep listening.
I didn't think so for that. I thought it was okay.
They're going to ask the question again just in case you missed it. Listen.
Okay.
Let me clarify, Rep. Sanchez, Senator Steiner, Senator Knoop. Under the House Bill 2002, a minor of any age can make reproductive health care decisions, and that includes undergoing an abortion.
Wow. At any age. Have you ever heard such a thing, Shannon? At any age. And the left, they're constantly screaming, talking about, we need to listen to the kids, kids.
At that age, we don't even let some kids on social media. We don't let them go out the door unless your parents know where you're going. I mean, you can't drive. You can't do any of that, but you can make a healthcare decision as big as having an abortion. That is unbelievable, but that's how they think. They think that is okay. They think it's okay for a child to make big life decisions at age of 10. That's unheard of. Will, what were you doing at age 10? Let me ask you.
At the age of 10, I was...
Did you even think of somebody having an abortion?
No.
At your age?
I was, at the age of 10, I'm pretty sure I was probably playing with a truck, riding my bike, playing cowboys and Indians. I'm pretty sure that's what I was doing at the age of 10. Quite sure that's what I was doing. Quite sure. It wasn't too long ago. Okay, let's get to this other one, because talking about how they're upset because you have governors that are protecting life, like even here in the state of Texas, you have Governor Abbott doing more to protect life. Right. And a lot of people didn't like Governor Abbott. A lot of people were saying, before Governor Abbott started stepping up, a lot of people were calling him a rhino. But then he started stepping up. But they've always hated Ron DeSantis, and they still hate him. Right. They still hate him. And that's why they want Ron DeSantis and President Trump like this. Right. Right. I mean, and we can talk about Ron DeSantis, in more depth later on. But listen to this with Kamala Harris, because she's addressing the whole issue in the state of Florida, because the state of Florida looked like they actually signed it. They signed it, didn't they, Shannon? I think they actually signed it where it was 6 weeks, right? The 6-week heartbeat bill, basically.
They also signed the bill about the pedophiles can be given the life death penalty.
So they actually passed that.
Yeah, somebody was saying that. A couple of people in the last chat of our last show said it got approved. Said they lived in Florida and it got approved. So that's interesting.
So I'm just waiting for them to come out and say that this is an attack on the alphabet people.
Yeah. Now the courts down there have said, have voted against such things before. So that's still pending, I'm sure.
I mean, why would someone, I don't understand that. You have a predator targeting children and do horrible things to children. What do they think should happen to him? I don't understand. Okay, but anyways, let's go to this wicked witch. Listen to what she says about Ron DeSantis and some of the other things that she's saying, which is totally lying. This is, again, another example of her just talking out the side of her mouth, trying to convince everyone what she's saying is truth, and it's not. I've never, in all of my years of going to the poll, I've never been turned away. Not a single time. And I've lived in some deep, deep red states. I have. Texas, Arkansas, deep red. And I've never been turned away. But listen to what she says. That along with killing the most innocent of us all.
So I'll tell you, I have been reflecting recently that among Dr. King's many gifts was his ability to understand the present moment in the context of a vision for a better future. So, Nan, in that spirit, then, let us clearly understand the moment we are in. A moment in which our hard-won freedoms are under attack. Because just look at where we are. Extremists across our country attack the freedom to vote.
You hear this? Who's actually attacking that? Where's the proof of that? She's lying. There should be consequences of lying because she's straight up lying. But you know who she's talking about? She's talking about people that are not American citizens. That's who she's referring to. She's referring to the people that come into the country based on the Constitution. If you're not an American citizen, you cannot vote. That's who she's referring to, because every American citizen in the country, unless you're a criminal, you can vote. So who is she talking about, right? See, this is how they do a play on words. They do a play on words like this on every single thing. Now, she's going to get to a point talking about books. Another play on words, because she doesn't mention what's in the books.
They ban books to attempt to erase America's full history.
Okay, so what's in the books? What's in the books? All they've done, and this has been the left, all that they have done was take the pornographic child porn, basically, that they have in video and put it in a book and saying, okay, this should be appropriate for kids. It's not appropriate. That's the part that she leaves out conveniently. These people are evil. They're sick. They're demonic. Kind of the same thing, right? But that's what they are. Who in their right mind think that children should be looking at pornographic books? No one in their right mind. But they leave that part out. See, it's another play on words. All this demonic stuff they want to do, they don't tell people, well, you know, they're trying to ban books that include child pornography. They're trying to ban those books. They don't say that because they want those books in there. They just say, hey, the Republicans are trying to get rid of books. I'm trying to equate Republicans to like being Nazis or something. Oh, they're trying to get rid of books. They're not trying to get rid of books that's going to actually educate children. They want to get rid of books that has no business being in schools.
They attack the ability of people to love openly with pride. They attack the freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body instead of the government. They attack medication that for 20 years the FDA ruled as being safe.
We can get into a lot of other medication that the FDA has ruled being safe, but you can't really talk about them on the socialist media platforms because they'll deem you as putting out information that they don't like. And they'll say, oh, you're putting out misleading medical advice. Get her off the screen. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, she's hard to listen to. I know a lot of people in chat are like, oh, I can't take it.
Yeah, she's
because
disgusting.
It's lies. You know what it is? It's like our soul knows and sees the evil, right? And so when we hear these people talk, it makes our souls like cringe. Like it's like you can identify and hear the lies, right? You can hear the deception, and it's so hurtful. It hurts me.
She's a prime example of someone being turned over to a reprobate mind. That's what it looks like. That's exactly what it looks like. A lot of people don't, you know what? I used to say it all the time, talking about these people having a reprobate mind, and a lot of people don't know what that is. You know, I'm thinking that everyone knows what it is, but is a reprobate mind is a person who God has turned over to their wicked ways, allowed them to do it. And then when they start doing their wicked things in their mind, they believe that they're doing something just. They believe that they're doing something good. Targeting children is not good. It really isn't. It's not good at all. And they know it's not good, but yet they continue to do it. See, some of them know that it's not good, because you have a lot of Democrats that say, well, you know, I don't like them the way they're targeting children, but I hate Trump more. Yeah. They hate Trump more than the fact that they're going after children the way they're going after them. They can kind of overlook that because of their hatred for President Trump. Wow, people. Wow. Let me ask you this. Where's Dianne Feinstein? Where is she? Right? And I've said this multiple times during the last circus, you know, with Fetterman. I said, they don't care if Fetterman is brain dead or not. They just want him to be able to occupy that chair, and they'll do the rest. Same thing with Feinstein. Where is Feinstein? Is she even still on Earth? I'm just asking the question. I don't know. But if she's no longer on Earth, because I think they tried to do the same thing with RGB. Remember her? Remember Ruth Bader Ginsburg? Remember? I think they tried to do the same thing with her. I think she had probably, you know, moved on, you know, a couple months, but they couldn't hold it back any longer. They had to do something. They wanted to hold it over until they got rid of Trump. See, but right now she's holding up legislation. They need her vote. Right. They need her body there. Right. And so it's hurting them. Right. Exactly. So some are calling for her to just go ahead and retire. I mean, she's 93 years old. Is she? Yeah. Is she still here? Well, I'm asking, you know, I want to know, is she still here? Because you don't ever see her, right? You don't ever see her. But listen what Nancy Pelosi says about. I don't want to see Pelosi either. Yeah, I don't want to see her either. I mean, she's pretty disgusting. But I mean, listen to what she says.
Senator Feinstein has been a champion for California. For 20 years, I have been the leader or the Speaker of the House fighting for California, and I have seen up close and firsthand her great leadership for our country, but especially for our state of California. She deserves the respect to get well and be back on duty, and it's interesting to me. I don't know what political agendas are at work that are going after Senator Feinstein in that way. I've never seen them go after a man who was. Come on! Yeah, I never seen them go after a man. They're talking. I just talked about Fetterman. Fetterman is pretty much brain dead. I just talked about Fetterman. He's a man, or does he not identify as a man? I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. He is a leftist. But she just straight up said they don't ever do this with a man. I think she still identifies as House or the Speaker of the House. Yeah, talking about being sexist. She always gives us her resume. Anytime she I've been Speaker of the House for 20 years. Da, 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 da. Yeah, exactly. She's been there. She's been there. Power trip. She's been there since the Capitol was still just a well. If you're going to do phone calls, you want to wait till we switch over? Yeah. I'm not going to take the phone calls on Facebook and YouTube, because every time I take them on Facebook and YouTube, people want to call in and use their free speech, which I completely agree. And one of them always penalize me. Facebook will penalize me, or YouTube will penalize me, because people they shouldn't have to be censoring themselves, you know. They shouldn't have to. If that's the case, then I'd like to thank Lynn, Donna, and Andrea for their stars, Facebook stars. Awesome. So let's put it up on the screen here. And if you want to join me, and I'm going to take some of your phone calls, my producer has been putting the phone number in the chat. So I hope you make note of it. Maybe you can go ahead and put the number in there one more time for people that's going to join us on Facebook and YouTube, and put it in on Rumble as well. So give me a call. I want to hear from you. Today's Friday. We're going to take a couple phone calls, and I still have some more stuff that I want to share with you. Of course, I still have some more stuff I want to share with you. So please join me over on Rumble. You can see call the and link listen right there. Too.
You know, you don't.
Well, I like the. I mean, if they're going to call the talk. Yeah. Call the talk, because I don't know if they want to listen or not unless I take the call.
They can still call even if they don't go to Rumble.
Yeah. Even if you don't go to Rumble, you can still call. Okay. So give us a call. We're going to get ready to switch over to Rumble right now. So join us. Let's make it full screen. Go ahead and join us over there right now. I'm going to count it down to like 15, 20 seconds. All right. And we'll see you over there. And then we're going to end it on YouTube and Facebook. Okay. Almost there.